Okay, so we're doing things differently this time, and it's a little weird. So I went in today. Um, Today is day 10 of my cycle. I finished Clomid on Friday, was it? No, today's Friday. Wednesday. I finished my Clomid on Wednesday. Hey, Clomid. So today's day 10. Went in, and despite having been on the Clomid, there are only one, maybe two eggs. And I'm a healthy person. I don't have any issues. And I'm thinking, because we left me on the progesterone so long, it just stopped things from happening. So we have the one egg, possibly two. Right ovary didn't produce anything, and I'm not surprised. That seems to be the weakest link. Lefty has both. So okay. In August, when we did this, I went in for my post-Clomid appointment on a Friday. They had me start estrogen. I came back in on the Monday. Now, according to my little ovulation app, that Monday that I came in for my follow-up was my ovulation day. It was the bright yellow in my thing. They had me do the trigger shot on that day, and then we did an insemination 3 days later on the Wednesday. And of course that one didn't work. Excuse me. So this time we're going in, and today's after the Clomid appointment. So in my head I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna make sure everything's okay, and then I'll come in again on Monday, and we'll probably have insemination on Wednesday. I'm thinking it's gonna happen exactly like it did last time. But no, so I'm still having to see the other doctor because my doctor is in Dallas today, and I don't want to drive down to Dallas. It's just a nightmare, especially on a weekday. So I saw this doctor, and he was like, okay, well, you might ovulate today, and if that's the case, we're going to want to get you in tomorrow morning. And then, like I said, it's like 5 days before, we ever did anything last time, so I was like, whoa, that's tomorrow, for goodness sakes. It's only day 10. And I think we ovulated, let's see, if I was inseminated like day 15 of my cycle or later last time. I'd have to check my app, but I'm recording on my phone. But it was, we inseminated pretty late. So he's talking about inseminating on like day 11, and I'm like, wow, okay. He sent me home but sent me home saying I need to take an ovulation test. If I was ovulating, go ahead and give myself the trigger shot tonight and come in for insemination in the morning. And to just continually check every day and see if I'm ovulating, and when I find that I am, trigger shot, come in the next day. So he's expecting me to probably have IUI Sunday or Monday, possibly even tomorrow, but I doubt tomorrow, just because I took an ovulation test, I probably didn't do it right, I suck at those things. Pee goes everywhere, of course, as I'm peeing on the stupid stick. So gross. But it was negative, so I was like, okay, but I don't know if I did it right, because I never seem to do those things right the first try. So I'm going to pee in a cup and dunk it in a cup this time, tonight. And if it's still not ovulating, then fine. The box comes with like 7, so I'm down to 6. I can just test all I want. So I'll test again tonight, test again tomorrow, probably afternoon, night, noon, night, throughout the weekend, and then go in. But see, that's what's so different. Like last time, it seemed that, last time when we gave you the trigger shot on Monday, we waited, 36 hours for insemination. And this time, it's like trigger shot, and then the next day, like less than 24 hours for the trigger shot going in for insemination. So everything seems to be happening a lot, closer together. And before, it seemed that the school of thought was, have the egg there waiting on the sperm, and this time it's have the sperm there waiting on the egg. So it's interesting to now, just two different schools of thought, two different doctors. They're within the same practice, so obviously they, trust and believe in each other. They see each other's patients when there's conflicts. It's like, okay, there's nothing wrong with his technique. There's nothing wrong with my doctor's technique. But it's just very strange that how different it is. Like because I was on the Clomid, it can, stop the development of your, or not stop it, like retard the development of your uterine lining. And I brought with me my prescription of estrogen because I was like, well, last time, it was a 7, they wanted an 8, and even though we waited like 5 days even after that, we did wait 5 days for insemination, they had me go on the estrogen to beef it up, and it was like a 9 by that Monday. So I brought the estrogen with me just in case he said, okay, I need you to, go ahead and start the estrogen. I was like, okay. But he didn't. He's like, yeah, there's no real studies that say that helps any. I'm like, okay. So, I'm also not taking estrogen like I did last time. It's just, it's very different. It's very weird. And I'm probably, I wish there were more eggs. It is annoying that there's so few of them going into this. You only need one, but, just because it's so expensive. Today's sonogram was $200. The procedure's like $500 something. I mean, it's not cheap, so it's like, oh man, it's like if you got a roll of dice and hope for a 6, you'd like to roll as many dice as possible, just to give yourself, a better chance of at least one of them landing on a 6. So, I get that one roll probably. Because the Irving location, which is the one I went to today, is not, I guess it's a newer location, or it's just, a location that a lot of people share. Well, the sonogram stuff is in a, close-up case that you can take with you wherever you're going. So it's not a permanent installation, so I can't, see the screen, whereas at the Grapevine offices, which are just their offices, they've got a large TV on the wall that I can kind of see what he's doing as he's doing it, and as he's measuring, and he can kind of show me what's going on. Can't do that on this one because the screen is facing the doctor, not me. So I don't know what my uterine lining, numbers are. I don't know what my egg measurements are. He did say that the one of them that the reason he thought I might be ovulating now is because one of them's a 19. It was a 24, the last time. I think I just make big eggs. They said they need to be like a 16, and this one's a 19, which is why he was like, oh, it could be now. But it's not. At least the test I took says it's not. But that had me wondering, okay, so last time I triggered on the day it said I was ovulating, and I'm wondering if that's not the reason why I had cramping in my ovaries, was because I'd already ovulated. There was nothing there to jettison. It was already, it had happened already. So it was a late trigger, which is just, pointless. So a lot, just based on how delayed everything was last time, I'm almost wondering if that's not part of the reason why it didn't work. And if, because of the expedited time frame that we're on now, if that will be why it works. Either way, I mean, I'm just doing what the doctor tells me to do. So it's nice that I don't have to be on the estrogen. I am happy. That was the only one that didn't bother me. But I just, all the same, just to not be on anything. So, yeah. So today was just a very different kind of, experience. I liked how much information I got going into things last time, but I kind of appreciate the time frame that working on this time. So, I don't know, we'll see. Hopeful, all the same. So, it should be good. It should be fine. Mom was asking me earlier if I had thought about doing IVF if IUI didn't work, and I'm like, well, yeah, but it's expensive, and it's not really in the budget right now because the baby money went towards a house, even though I really didn't want it to, but there it is. It's better than living in an apartment. I'll just have to find a way to make things work. Because I didn't want to have to do a hospital birth. I want to do a midwife, but of course, insurance doesn't cover midwives. They only cover hospitals, and I'm just like, this is such bullshit. So I'll see what I can find that can be covered that won't be a goddamn hospital birth. But yeah. So I'm just glad the Clomid's done and I don't have to be depressed. And I hate peeing on the stick, but it's like last time I had an app that said when I was ovulating, but we didn't, like, really test anything. It was just a matter of, you know, your lining's this big, your eggs are this big, it's probably, you know, go time. So I'm hoping, like, the one egg was a 19, he didn't tell me what the small egg was. Probably be fine. Last time they went from being 14 to being 24 or, you know, larger. They grow fast. So I'm like, alright, well, if I don't ovulate today, and if I don't ovulate tomorrow, and I, you know, ovulate on the Monday, I'll probably have 2 eggs. But yeah, just gonna pee on a stick and follow up on that. So yeah, definitely a different experience this time. But that's not a bad thing. It's nice to be able to get kind of a breadth of experience and a breadth of opinions. Because like I said, he doesn't think that the estrogen helped. My other doctor prescribed me estrogen. This doctor has us doing ovulation kits so that we make sure that we're triggering during, you know, when it's peak time. My other doctor didn't have me testing anything. He just, you know, based on, you know, my numbers said, okay, trigger now. So, yeah, just different ways of doing it, and my hope is that this one will work. So, you know, fingers crossed. Still got my stupid rings, because in my purple folder of everything, Mom, when we were leaving, was like, oh, do you have their phone number? I'm like, Mom, I have their everything. I've got Melissa's extension, I've got, you know, her email address, I've got the phone number to the Irving, Grapevine, and Dallas locations. I have everything. We don't need to worry about it. So, yeah. But yeah, so I'm tired now. It's Friday. I'm gonna play some video games and veg, and then pee on a stick and go to bed. So, hooray! Weekend plans. Bye.